Australia's largest collection of vintage and modern cars is roaring towards a major milestone. Nine's Keith Conlon took a trip down memory lane to reminisce at the National Motoring Museum.
Taking a trip down memory lane in old-fashioned style, driving a 1928 Ford A through to the National Motor Museum. And it still runs like a dream. This relic is one of around 300 classic and modern cars garaged here at Birdwood. It's a collection that began here in November 1965 with local motor enthusiast Jack Keynes. Well, we're celebrating 50 years tomorrow, but it has to begin somewhere.
Absolutely. It begins with this bike in particular, Jack Keynes' Brough Superior. His wife was fed up of the bike parts on the kitchen table and the bikes everywhere, so I think she kicked him out and he bought a mill. He bought this mill behind us.
From those humble beginnings, it's grown into the country's largest collection of motoring memories, including one of the earliest vehicles built here in Australia.
This is the oldest Australian piece in the museum.
And what's more, it was built at Mannum.
Built by the Shearer family.
The Shearer steam carriage, as it was known, was taken for a test drive back in 1899, and it could reach speeds of 24 k's per hour. Then there was this stroke of genius, the 1904 Ohlmeyer Jigger, hand-built by a clockmaker at Tanunda with a uniquely South Australian feature.
When he would get bogged, he was an ingenious, so he created this detachable steering wheel. So he'd be coming off to the side, he'd get off, he'd get all the weight off the vehicle, and he would drive it from here.
But there's one brand, of course, that really has had a hold on motor history here in South Australia. This model among the first built at Woodville. Now this is history.
Yes, absolutely. She's a beauty.
It's a Holden, obviously.
Yep.
What era are we looking at?
1948.
The first year of the Australia's own car.
Absolutely, yeah. And this made the car within reach of many, many more people.
The 50th anniversary of the National Motor Museum is sadly coinciding with the last days of our local auto industry. But that makes it more important. It's a time capsule. It's almost a shrine to the work of South Australians over more than a century, making the cars that helped shape Australia. The milestone will be marked by a bumper music, food and fun picnic at the mill tomorrow, when you can view not only this collection but also a swag of special vehicles owned by local car enthusiasts.
We're looking forward to celebrating that and going for another 50 years.
Keith Conlon, 9 News.